Saturday's life lesson. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I ain't gonna waste a whole lot of time because I'm excited. I am. Y'all think I'll be lying? I be like really geeked up over these messages, and when God places something in my heart, it's like confirmation because I'll hear something and I'll ask the question. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to speak about? And God like reveals it to me, through thought or through confirmation, or I'll just hear someone say it, or I self-educate a lot. So while I'm self-educating, I listen to some of the same things, just to kind of get it into my memory. And God just like revealed it to me, and I really didn't pay any mind until He confirmed it again. Y'all know how we do. Like, you gotta knock on our head, like, hello, anybody in there, for us to kind of like grasp the concept of what's actually going on here. So it's like one of those things. It seems like it always happens that way. That God tells me something and it's like confirmed, and it's like, oh, well, that's why I had this conversation this week, or that's why I learned that through self-educating this week, or that's why I came across that, and that's why this certain topic or subject has been confirmed to me in multiple different ways in one week. And God was like, okay, well, you get it now. And I'm like, oh. So this is one of these type messages where the same thing had just been revealed to me in multiple ways just this week. And I was like, dang, that's your topic. That is your topic for this week. So it's amazing. It truly is amazing. I believe that these messages are, just messages from God, from my spirit. And when when I feel like, this is something that sometimes I feel like I don't have no choice but to speak about certain things. So I have to do it strictly out of obedience. Sometimes I'm like totally opposed to certain topics. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about that, for different reasons. But when God tells me to do something, I do it out of obedience. Not always, but I try to make it my business to be obedient to God. But how y'all doing on this Saturday? I have had a completely full Saturday already. It seems like it's like late at night already because it's dark outside, but I've been busy from the time I got up this morning, let me tell you. And I'm very purposeful about my days. I have a lot going on and I'm grateful. My children keep me busy, and just everything that I have going on in my life right now, I'm completely excited about. I have faith that God is going to work everything out for me. And I want you to have that faith too, that whatever your situation is, it's all going to be worked out. But this has been a truly amazing Saturday. I had an amazing week. Just all week long, I felt the presence of God. I felt His hand helping me. I felt His eyes being my eyes for things that I could not see. I just been having praise parties all week. So I'm grateful and I'm glad to be where I am today. I'm glad to be coming up to the end of 2024. How many days y'all got left in November? Today is what? The 23rd. So y'all got about 7 more days left in November, and every moment should count. Every day should count. We should count the minutes, the days, the hours. What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with myself? What do I want to happen for myself? What do I want to see grow in my life? What do I want to transform my life out to be? Like some dead situations that I want to leave completely dead and kind of bring some new situations to life. There's probably new life living inside of you that you won't even give a chance to grow because you're so busy focusing on dead situations. And I don't want to say dead people, especially if they still alive, but that's just exactly what it is. Because Everybody can't go. Everybody don't want to go, and everybody don't want to see you win. So certain things you're going to have to leave in your past and kind of be done with your old life so you can open the door to your new life. I guess that's kind of the place that I am at in my life right now. I'm excited to see the things that awaits me in my future, and I know that everything and everybody can't go, and sometimes we say no to our new life because we are so busy holding on to our old life, and that's not going to work out for you in your favor. If you want to truly experience the joy and happiness and peace and love and fulfillment and healing and all of those things that await you to a brand new future, some of us want to start a brand new life, but we just don't know how. So I would say I have done it. When I moved to the state of Delaware from Pennsylvania, I started over, and then I started over, and then I started over, and now I'm starting over again. And every time I start over, it reveals a new side of me to me, and I'm not disappointed in the fact that I have to start over so many times. I just want to keep pushing it, keep trying it, keep continuing to do everything that I have to do in my power to make my future what I want it to be. That's one ingredient that I use in my life that I will recommend to anybody, is to never give up on yourself. I hear so many people saying, I'm getting tired of starting over. I heard someone say, like, I did all of this before. I did all of this preparing and this and that, and I'm just disappointed in the fact, for whatever reason, that I'm finding myself having to do all of these things all over again. This is your life. I mean, what are you going to do? You're either going to settle for where you are, or you're going to begin to rebuild from where you are so you can get to where you want to be. So it's worth starting over. We are humans. We make mistakes. We have to learn along the way. We make the sad mistake of trusting the wrong people, being in relationships with the wrong people, wasting our time with whoever, doing whatever, whether it be people in your family, the wrong job, the wrong choice of career. Sometimes we just holding on to the wrong things for all of the wrong reasons, and we sacrifice our happiness for things that are not even worth us sacrificing our happiness. So whatever you have to do to start over and, you know, just begin where you are so you can be at least headed in the direction that you want to be for your life, is worth doing. So no matter how many times you have to start over, just start over. Just do it. I'm telling you, this comes from a person that had to start over multiple times, and I'm excited about my life. A lot of people can't truly say that they are excited about their life and where they are and the direction that they are headed in. I'm excited about the joy and the peace of mind and the possibility and the opportunity. And I mean, it's scary and it's different, but it's worth it. So we are at the end of a new year. This is a perfect opportunity for us to embark on whatever new that you want to see happen for yourself in your life. It's time for us to embark on those things, kind of test the water to try to see what we want to make our lives out to be, especially if you just tired of the same old the same old people, the same old things. Some of us have been arguing with the same person for the past 20 years. Don't argue with them no more. Don't argue. You know, you right. Just don't even say nothing else. Just walk away. If you gotta argue with that bad, if you gotta argue that bad, find somebody new to argue with. Don't continue to argue with the same person that you have been arguing with for the last 10, 15, 20 years. People will waste your time to the point where you have wasted your entire life dealing with the same people who never meant you no good. So it's all a learning process, but in it all, please allow yourself to learn, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to move forward. Whatever that lesson is that you needed to learn from that situation, from that person or whatever, learn what you got to learn so you can move on. Sometimes we get stuck on stupid, and just because they stupid, my mom used to say that, you she's just stuck on stupid. I'm like, Mom, what you mean stuck on stupid? Now I know what stuck on stupid is. And just because somebody else stupid don't mean you got to be stupid right along with them. So don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. If those people want to live their lives however they choose to live their lives, that don't mean they have to pull you down with them, or you have to stick around with them, or you have to waste another moment of your life. Sometimes it's more hurtful to hold on than it is to let go. With letting go of dead situations and dead people, they might not be physically dead, but they mean your life no good. So it causes us more hurt and more heartache and pain to hold on than it is to let go. We don't want to miss them, and we don't want to live our lives without them, but you're doing more suffering and more self-sabotaging trying to hold on to something that is not there. Somebody needed to hear that, because somebody in a bad relationship right now, and they done been with this person for 10 or 15 or 20 years, and you done bought a house, and you done sent your kids off to college, and all those type of things, and I can't let this relationship go, and this is my marriage, and that'll be a waste of the last child. When I tell you, I told my ex-husband that I wanted my 10 years back. We were married. I think we was like really shy, like real close to celebrating our 10-year anniversary when we got separated and divorced. And it was like almost 10 years, baby. When I tell you, God gave me my 10 years back, I was like, I want my 10 years back. I wasted 10 years on you. He was like, oh, you ain't gonna get that back. I was like, all right, you're right. I ain't gonna get that 10 years back. But that wasn't true, because God gave me that 10 years back. And when I tell you God gave me that 10 years back, I got that 10 years back and back and back. God gave me that 10 years back in so many different ways. I got that 10 years back. I was thinking about that the other day, because I didn't even realize one way. I ain't gonna say how. Well, one way I will reveal to y'all. When so the worst part of my addiction took about 10 years of my life. This was before my marriage, and I was like, wow. I was really heavily, drinking and just like doing really bad, and it was like 10 years of my life, and it was like in the younger years of my 20s, in my early 20s, when I was like stepping into the alcoholic phase, and then trying different drugs and all this type of stuff. So I completely cold turkey stopped everything in my early 30s. So it, like, the worst of it was like 10 years of my life. And when I celebrated 10 years of my sobriety, I was like, wow. I'm like, God, thank you. You gave me my 10 years back. So that's one way that God gave me my 10 years back. So God will give you back what you believe that you have lost and will never get back again. And time is so precious. And if God is able to restore your time and give you back what you have lost, and you sitting up there stuck on stupid and wasting your time with the wrong people and just not allowing yourself to move forward and grow and get back what you have lost, you have to think about that thing, baby, because you can get it back. When I tell you, you can get back what you lost. God gave me my 10 years. That's one way. 10 years. I got my 10 years back. And I got my 10 years back that I wasted on that bad marriage too. Trust me. Trust me, I'm telling you, I said it. I did. I told my ex-husband I wanted my 10 years back. And he said I wasn't going to get my 10 years back, but he was wrong. He was wrong, but listen, I'm telling you, it's time. It's time for brand new. Y'all be playing around. Y'all be messing around too much. When you want something bad enough, all you gotta do is Don't allow yourself to be afraid to step out what's old and what's not meant for you, and allow yourself to be open-minded and free enough in your mind to step into something brand new. So I just kept moving forward in faith. I didn't know what was going to lie ahead for me. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was ever going to be in another relationship again. I didn't know what my years of sobriety. I just celebrated 12 years of sobriety. I didn't know what these years was going to mean for me. I thought I couldn't. When I was in my addiction, I thought I would never see myself. So this year I'll be celebrating 8 years of nicotine free. I smoked cigarettes since I was a teenager. So for maybe I don't know, I guess almost 20 years of my life, I smoked cigarettes longer than anything. And I told myself, I ain't gonna never stop smoking cigarettes. I'm gonna always need these cigarettes. I'm like, I can't believe I ever smoked cigarettes. Like, why was that ever even a thing for me? So that I'm celebrating. I am just celebrating a whole brand new me. And I know this is just the beginning for me. That's why I'm able to sit before you guys and talk to you so much, because of the experience that I allow myself to experience on a regular basis. And I know I see the suffering on humans so often. I see it on people. They're stuck in the same situations. They're stuck in, the same mental health conditions and depression, and just suffering in so many different kind of ways mentally. Humans are suffering physically in their health way too much than they should be suffering. So I know it's time for a brand new. I know it's time for a brand new. I'm continuing to step into my brand new, and I want you to be able to not be afraid to allow yourself to step into your brand new as well. So that was just the introduction. I ain't had nothing to do with this life lesson, but I believe God placed it in my heart to speak those words because maybe someone needed to hear that today. But peace and love, kings and queens, and welcome. You have officially been welcome to this week's life lesson. Welcome to your awakening. Your days of not knowing is gone because you're allowing yourself to be awakened by the truth. There's nothing like allowing yourself to open your eyes to what is real, not to what society wants you to perceive is real, to your own reality. What is real in your life? What's real to you? What's your reality? What makes you happy? What works for you? What you want in your life? So society and even people and your significant other and your family members and the news and everybody wants you to believe what they want you to believe. But when you are allowing yourself to be awakened to what is truly your reality, what's going on inside of you, what pleases you, everything is not for everybody. And everybody seems to be falling into the same pattern of doing things and all this social media and everything that's going on. People don't even know what truly makes them happy as an individual because everybody is so busy keeping up with what everybody else is doing. And so many carbon copies, and it's not enough individuality going on in today's society. So if you're allowing yourself to sit through a message like this, then welcome to your awakening. I want you to be awakened by the truth. I want to be awakened by the truth. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. One of my phones look way too bright. Yeah, so welcome to your awakening. Let's take this for what it is worth. It might be more lying inside of this than you probably even expected to if you allow yourself to be open-minded enough to receive whatever these messages have in store for you. Excuse me, guys. I'm trying to get it together. So before we go, before we go together, we will learn, we will grow, we will thrive. So that's why I invite you to sit in through with these messages, because I'm learning just as you are. So if you are willing to learn and to grow, then yes, you are welcome here. So before we go any further, let's take time out to be grateful. If you are familiar with watching my life lessons, this is one part of the life lesson that I will not leave behind. This is my favorite part of the life lesson. Excuse me, where we can just take our time out and allow ourselves to be consumed in gratitude. There's not enough that I can say in words about how much gratitude does for you and your spirit. It humbles you. You are not the giver of your own gifts. There is a being, I call it God. There is a being, my God. I don't know about your God, and I know I'm blessed. There is a being that is so great and so mighty and so powerful that we can't wrap our minds around its pure goodness and existence, even if we wanted to, because it's just so mighty and so big. The only thing that we can grasp the reality of is the blessings that we see God perform within us, within this world, within different people, the miracles of God that we can place our eyes on every single day. But God is just so good. And if we don't take time out to thank Him on a regular basis, you are really disservicing yourself. You are denying yourself receiving with giving thanks and allowing yourself to be grateful. It's more in it for you, and that's only one reason that that we should take time out to be grateful on the regular basis, because when you are grateful, you are blessed. I said that 1,000,001 times on my life lessons, and I will say it 1,000,001 more times, but that is one reason. But God is just good anyway. So I'm not saying that you did not wake up on the grateful side of the bed this morning. I hope everyone did. Just allow yourself to continue to be grateful every chance that you get, every moment that you can think of. There are things happening right before your eyes that you probably just don't even think is a reason for you to say thank you for that thing too. That thing right there that is happening right before you. When I hear my kids come in the door, I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you when you bring my kids home safe every single day. It's so much going on out here in this world. If I can hear their voices for my adult children that don't live at home with me, if I can receive a call or a text message or something just letting me know that they are safe and they are happy and they are healthy and that they are okay, that is a blessing from God. So I allow myself to continue to be grateful on the regular basis, and I believe you all should too. So this is just a simple reminder. This is just simply a reminder to allow yourself to be wrapped up in gratitude every chance that you possibly get, because there is more to be grateful for than we realize. So before I reveal what this week's topic is, let's take a couple minutes just to be grateful. I like to close my eyes. I like to think about the things that I am mostly grateful for. So whatever you already thank God for, if you got a hard time thinking about what you're going to be grateful for, you can thank God for the same things over and over and over again. I'm just going to be grateful for the things in my heart that I have to be grateful for, and I believe that you should as well. After we do that, we are going to jump into this week's life lesson. So here we go. That always feels just absolutely amazing to me. The more things that I name to be grateful for, it's like more things come to me. I'm like, wow, well, I forgot about this and I forgot about that and I forgot about this and that just happened and this just happened, and the list just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I have so much to be grateful for, and I'm sure you all do too. I'm sure you all. You don't have to go far to look for things to be grateful for. So there's just so much to be grateful for. As much as we like to complain and mumble and grumble and fuss about things that are not going on in our favor, you know what? Every time you think about complaining, replace that complaining with a thank you. Just replace. It's going to do something for you. It's going to lift up your vibrations. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel happier, healthier. It's going to bring down your stress levels, regulate your blood pressure, give you peace in your mind. There is so much in it for you when you simply take time out to say thank you. So we think that like we're doing God a favor or something when we are taking time out to be grateful, and that is so far from the truth, because God is going to get the glory that he deserves anyway. He's God and he deserves to be praised. He deserves to be glorified. He deserves to be thanked every moment of the day. He's going to, whether you do it or not. So you can just allow yourself to be gifted in it, because you will be blessed when you allow yourself to be grateful. So you're doing something for yourself. So this week's topic, God gave me giving. God gave me giving in so many ways this week. I was like, wow. And I felt so stupid because it was like right in front of my face. Like he gave it to me and then he gave it to me and then he gave it to me. I was like, and I'm sitting here, I'm like all the way up to like Wednesday. I like to work on my life lessons throughout the week, but it's like Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think I really jumped into this life lesson until like maybe Thursday or something like that. I was like, what? Like it took me all week to really even know what my topic was going to be. And in reality, it really didn't take me all week. I was like, he probably been giving this to me for longer than just this week. Probably the past few weeks, God has been giving me giving. Like he gave me my topic that he gave me last week, manifestation. Yes, God did place that into my spirit, because I believe that was our topic for last week. I believe that we need to be manifesting what we want our future to look like, and I am still being blessed by that message on manifestation that I delivered last week. But I'm like coming all the way up to the end of the week, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just going to trust God, whatever it is. And sure enough, he was like, giving. So I'm listening to my motivational messages, and I'm listening to my to the lectures and things that I just educate myself so much. And I was like, and it came to my right into my reality, just like giving. And then another way it came to me, like giving, like it's Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving is next week. We are all going to be really consumed in gratefulness, because there's so much to be grateful for, not only on Thanksgiving, but we will be celebrating our family and togetherness and friends and food and all of the things, our favorite things, eating and all of that stuff that we are going to be celebrating next week on Thanksgiving. But God gave me giving, like from my hand to yours, like here you go. God gave me giving in multiple ways this week. He was like, we're gonna do giving, just do a message on giving. I'm like, God, they don't want to hear that, and I know I'm probably gonna lose a couple viewers with this message on giving, or maybe not, because we're gonna get down into the reality of giving. And I don't want to get too much ahead of myself, but when we allow ourselves to give, there is so much in giving. Just like I was saying about giving thanks and allowing ourselves to be grateful, we think that it is just releasing something from us, but when you in the openness of releasing that thing from you, you are opening that floodgate for things to come out and go in. So it's open now. So when you are giving, you are opening yourself up to receive. So it's like you're opening up that street. But when you are not giving, it's not open at all for anything to flow through in any direction when we are not allowing ourselves to be a giver. So I want to talk about the importance of giving. And by the time I'm done this message on giving, this message on giving is so good. It is so good. I literally had to stop myself from taking notes. I was like, all right, that's it. But yeah, I'm like, that is it. Don't take no more notes. But I am very excited about delivering this message on giving. And when I'm done this message on giving, you're going to see giving in more than one perspective. I promise you, you will. But only if you open up your mind and allow yourself to receive this message in a way that is meant for you to receive it. So I believe there's something for you inside of this message. There's something for me inside of this message. I am coming up on my last few life lessons of the year. So y'all got 2 left. And then I will not be doing any more life lessons until January. So I'll do one on the 30th and I'll do one on the 7th, and then I will see you guys next year. So y'all better come on in here. Y'all better come on in here and get some of this goodness, baby. Y'all got, including this one makes 3. So after this one on giving, y'all got 2 more life lessons left. I know some people enjoy these life lessons. I see the views, I see the comments, I see my live audience. I'm so grateful for y'all. Y'all bless me when I see that y'all appreciate these messages. I know I appreciate them too. So, I'm not here to be famous or anything like that. I just want to be effective because I never know who might need to hear a message like this. So it's not for me or for any of my own selfish regions. I believe that there is hope inside of these messages. I believe that these messages will cross the ears of someone who may have lost hope along the way, and they hear someone with a powerful testimony like myself, and they will realize that there is still hope. That is the purpose of me finding the importance of delivering these life lessons on the regular basis. But after these last 3, including this one, I am going to be done. I'm going to take some time out for myself, some much needed time out for myself. So yes, we will talk about giving. We're going to talk about giving just in the spirit of giving. And I believe that someone needs to hear a message on giving. So what is giving? Giving is a measure of one's love for God. So if you love God, that might not be the story of everybody. And I'm not saying that to be offensive, but everybody don't have the love of God in them. And I believe the people that don't have the love of God in them or don't love God will never experience the fullness of what life has to offer them if you don't allow yourself to be spiritually connected and blessed with the love of God. And I know there are so many people that deny themselves the gift of having the love of God because humans, we get so full of ourselves with the arrogance and the egos. And I mean, it's a lot of people that's sitting up in high holy places that think they are more powerful than God. You are not God. You are a servant of God. God sent you here to do what he has called you to do. So everybody, even people that we think has the love of God in them, don't like, because everybody just don't, and that's just the reality of it. So I know this message might not be for everybody, but for the ones that do have a spiritual connection with God. And I love looking at things from a spiritual level because I am a very spiritual person. I love the spiritual side of me, and I don't deny myself with being connected with that spiritual side of me. As human beings, the reality of the matter is that we are more spiritual beings than we are physical beings. But us in our minute thinking, we think that is our spiritual beings are minor compared to our physical beings, because all we know is this physical being that we are experiencing. Our spiritual life goes way further and beyond what we can imagine. From our past and far onto our future and onto other existences that we don't even really probably not allow ourselves to be knowledgeable about. But if you are spiritually connected to your higher being, and if you love God, giving is a measure of one's love for God. So that measures, like with the ruling stick that we used to get, the 12-inch rulers that we had in elementary school. Like, so how long is your measuring stick? Like, how much do you love God? It says giving is a measure of our love for God. So listen, if you are a person who has not been in the habit of giving, or you have not allowed yourself to be a giver, or not allowed giving to be your reality, then that just goes to show how much you love God. I know people that are naturally just pure-hearted giving from their heart, and they give that way because that's how much they love God. Like, I love God so much, I'm going to take care of his people every chance I get. I'm going to do something for somebody because I want God to know how much I love him and how much I appreciate him. I probably could never show God how much I truly love him and appreciate the things that he has done for me. God been good to me all my life. I don't know about you, but God been good to me since before I made it to this earth. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, God been good to me all my life, even during my suffering. God has been good to me. So for me to do for somebody else, or me allowing myself to be given, that is going to be a measure of how much I love God. So if I'm not giving every opportunity that I am given to give, then that just goes to show how much I love God. And when you love God, you love yourself. So a lot of people don't love themselves. A lot of people don't love themselves, and they don't love God. A lot of people need to practice self-love, and a lot of people need to sharpen their relationship with God as well. I'm not saying that to be offensive. That just might be the reality of some people. That might help you. That might give you something to think about. That might give you a New Year's resolution. That might give you something to work on. But that is exactly what giving is. Giving is a measure of one's love for God. When you are giving, you tighten your connection with God when you allow yourself to be a giver. So giving is an expression of obedience, gratitude, trust, and increasing joy. I love that, increasing joy, because it makes you more joyful. It gives you joy inside of your spirit. Joy, but the difference between joy and happiness is happiness can come and go. Like, you can be happy one minute and then sad the next minute. And joy gives you that lingering of joy in your spirit, like that long lasting happiness. That's the difference between joy and happiness. And if you are allowing yourself to be open to increasing joy just through giving, like you can only gift yourself increasing joy. Like you can't give anyone else increasing joy, but if you can do something like allow yourself to be a giver and experience increasing joy through giving, then why deny yourself being open to increasing joy through giving? It's an expression of obedience, gratitude, trust, and increasing joy. All of those things all of us need to have more of in our lives. I don't know where you are as far as those four things are concerned: obedience, gratitude, trust, and increasing joy. But we all can work on our own obedient to our own self and to our own lives. Some of us so doggone hard-headed that we won't even listen to ourselves when we know something is wrong, or the lesson that we learned the last time we allowed ourselves to get into a certain situation, and then we do it again. And that just goes to show how much obedience that you have with your own self. So we want to learn how to be obedient and disciplined and committed. We want to learn how to be grateful, show gratitude. I just went off on y'all about gratitude, just like I do every week. But gratitude is for you, and trust. That is the trust that we have in God. So all of those are wonderful things to incorporate in our lives when we are allowing ourselves to become better givers. So giving is our duty as human beings to help each other. So from one human to another human, which will add towards humanity. That is what giving will do for us. Giving is our duty as human beings to help one another. And a lot of us don't believe, some of us, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, I don't know, I haven't counted them, but I know that I see the difference in a lot of people that allow themselves to say, I hold up a certain obligation as a human being. And I see some people that don't. There's a distinct difference in the people. You can tell the difference in certain people who allow themselves to uphold themselves to their obligation. Like, I'm going to give to somebody. I'm a giver. I really am, and I don't mind giving. You can ask anybody that knows me. You can ask people at my workplace, people in my family, people in my neighborhood. I love giving from my heart, and I believe that one of the reasons that I give is because I never know when I might be on that other side. Like, I can be the one who needs given to, and I could be denied my needs if I don't teach myself how to be a giver. Imagine me being the one in need and someone not giving to me what I need. So that is one reason that I don't deny myself the gift of giving, because I just never know. And you never know when you may be in need. And by not allowing yourself to be a giver, what if no one wants to give to you because you have not allowed yourself the gift of giving? So yes, it is our obligation as human beings to help each other. That is like our contribution to humanity when we allow ourselves to become givers. So giving is contagious. When we give, it creates a ripple effect through our community, our homes, our relationships, and even our workplace. That's a good ripple effect. That is such an amazing ripple effect. I would want to think that in my giving, somewhere along the line, through my lifetime, if I have not yet created that ripple effect, I want to create the ripple effect of giving at least once in my life. I don't even have to know, but that is so amazing when you think about it. Like, I have created such a, because a lot of things are contagious, like being mean and envious and all, like, things are a smile is contagious. You smile at someone, they might want to smile back at you, or even if they don't smile back at you, they might in turn smile at someone else. So giving is something that we want to create a ripple effect in. So if that sounds amazing to you, that sounds amazing to me. If that sounds amazing to you, then let that be a reason why you choose to give today, because of that ripple effect. That your giving doesn't just stop with your giving, like it just creates a whole ripple effect of giving. So that just sounds absolutely amazing to me. It really does. So giving is a reward itself. To give is to receive. Giving isn't a reward in itself. So like I said, when you open yourself and allow yourself to be a giver, you are opening that space that allows things to flow in both directions. Like it's like that open highway of giving and receiving. So giving is a reward of itself. We might not think so, or we might not see it as such, but it really is. Yes, giving is a reward of itself, and to give is to receive, like simultaneously, all at once. To give is to receive. You're allowing yourself to be a receiver by allowing yourself to be a giver. Giving benefits the giver and the receiver in multiple ways. Giving benefits the giver and the receiver in multiple ways. Not only are givers known to have greater overall happiness, we all want to be happy, but giving also benefits our physical health. Listen to this. Studies have found that givers are less likely to die before non-givers. I did not just make that up. I literally came across that during my study. Giving has been linked to lengthening the lifespan of humans and longevity. Wow. So as I went on, I didn't write down everything that the study showed, but it said that they did a study on the life of elderly people and compare the givers to the non-givers, and elderly people lived at least 5 years longer than non-givers. That might not sound so exciting to everybody. I'm like, some people like, okay, you're old, we gonna die anyway, whatever. But that don't sound bad to me. Some people are not too excited about life. But just by giving, they did an actual study on human beings that showed that the lifespan of humans increased by 5 years just from them allowing themselves to become a giver. That I was like, wow, like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you add 5, so say you 80 and you gonna live to 85. Say you 90, you gonna live to 95. Say you 60, and you might be sick or whatever. You know, you might have some health ailments going on, and you just allowing yourself to be this pure-hearted, giving person from the heart. Is lift up your vibrations, lifting up your spirit, regulating your blood pressure, making you feel good inside, giving you peace of mind, knowing that you are a giving person, and you might be going through stuff in your body. But just by allowing yourself to be a giver, it puts you physically in a better health condition, health-wise, and adds years onto your life, at least by 5 years, just because you allow yourself to be a giver. Y'all can look it up. It says studies have found, they did psychological studies, they did studies on human beings. I love looking up scientific facts when I am doing these life lessons. They say givers live at least 5 years longer than non-givers. That's reason enough for me to give right there. If that ain't reason enough for you to be a giver, that should be reason enough alone for you to allow yourself to be a giver. Giving also improves your mental health. Giving is how we show our love for God. So improving your mental health, I am all for mental health. If you are new to me, new to my life lessons, new to my motivational messages, I am huge on mental health. Everything starts right here. And if the enemy can take power and control over your mind, he can literally steal your whole life away from you. He can rob you of your life. It is so important that we focus on our mental. I see so many people suffer just mentally. Like, you might be okay in every other area in your life. And as a matter of fact, it's impossible for you to maintain a steady life if you are not. It might appear for you to be okay in different areas of your life, and you are not okay mentally. You can't uphold a fake life but for so long if you're not in a good place mentally, because that's what you're doing. You walking around with this face on. Every time you walk out the door, you got to put on your happy face mask, and somebody asks you how you doing, you're like, okay. No, you're not doing okay. You need to talk to somebody. You need to get down to the root of your issues. You need to talk about the things that are not allowing you to heal and become the person that God wants you to become in life. You have allowed so many things to hold you down for way too long. So your mental health, if you can open yourself up to a better line of mental health, I'm not saying overall it's going to like completely change, how the struggles that we have to go through. We go through some serious things mentally. PSTD, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I always get them letters mixed up. Anxiety, depression. A lot of people commit suicide it's over 1 million people commit suicide per year. It's only 365 days in a year. So you can imagine how many people commit suicide on the daily basis. That's too much. That nobody should be committing suicide, period, at all. But that number alone, proven, I have looked that up, because I think mentally, where we are mentally, we don't give it enough credit. Where you are mentally controls every aspect of your life. And people are walking around, the same person that you think is so happy. One suicide that tore me up, I believe it was last year, Ellen DeGeneres, her show. I used to watch Ellen all the time, but what is the guy's name? Oh my gosh, I loved him. He was a great dancer. I believe he was one of her co-producers. I seen him in a movie that I watched not too long ago. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that he killed himself. This man had a beautiful family. He had a beautiful career with Ellen. And oh my gosh, what is his name? The black guy dancer from Ellen. And I'm like, it's people that you don't even know or expect to be going through things in a way that he had been thinking about doing that for way too long. Like, people mentally are not in a good state mentally. And if you can do something like learning how to allow yourself to be a giver out of everything that you're going through. Let me tell you something. We have to go through situations in life. God gave you your testimony for a reason, and we all have to go through situations in life. That is just the reality of us all as human beings, period. There's no getting around going through trials and tribulations in life. And it really goes to show how strong you are and how well you are able to adapt to the changes in life and how able you are. No human being is more capable of getting through challenges than the other person. Some of us don't allow ourselves to be overcomers. Some of us want our life so desperately that we are not going to allow the situations in life to bring us down and to defeat us. So we have to learn how to take control over our mental health on a regular basis. And I believe all of the messages that I deliver to you guys, all of the topics that God places in my heart on the regular basis, all of these things will contribute to a better line of mental health, because everything starts internally, everything starts in your mind. So giving is known to improve your mental health. I am so glad that I wrote that down and put it in my notes. But giving is how we show our love for God as well. And I wrote that down again because I believe that that is very important. The definition that I chose to give was giving is how we show our measure of love for God. Like, how much do you really love God? Like, how much do you love God? I can't explain in words how much I love God. God has been so good to me. Just for that reason alone gives me an immeasurable love for God. So if I can express my love for God through giving, by all means, that is what I am going to do. So if somebody asks you, why are you giving? Why you? Because I love God. I'm giving to someone because I love God. A lot of people got more than what they need. So many people waste food on a regular basis. You know how many hungry people are here in this world? I hate to waste food. I will pull some leftovers. I will freeze them. My kids be like, oh, Ma, you put it in the freezer. So what? Because if I leave it in the refrigerator, y'all going to sit here and look at it, and then eventually it's going to go in the trash. Y'all not wasting my food. I pull it right out the freezer, stick it in the oven. That thing be like brand new. We ain't wasting no food around here. People got clothes and shoes and all kind of stuff falling down on their head when they open up their closet. Give that stuff to somebody. That stuff been sitting up in your closet. You want... Listen, how long you gonna let them shoes that you ain't wore in 5 years collect dust when there's somebody child out here walking around with holes in their shoes or nothing on their feet? A lot of people got more things than what they need. And some people just like the idea of having stuff. I'm not a stuff head. I don't like a lot of stuff. If I see that like I am being like consumed in stuff, I'm like, this